Hello. Normally, I put the ad reads at the back end of the podcast so that you can hear the good stuff and not have to listen to me shill pointlessly for 2 minutes. And just so you know, I do this intentionally in our production because even I object to commercials as much as the next podcast listener. However, at this moment, I would ask that you indulge me because I've got a book coming out on April 30th, 2022 on Amazon, and I'd like you to go ahead and place your order right now. The book's title is 12 Rules for Leaders, the Foundation for Intentional Leadership, and it's a collection of 13 essays on leadership. In the book, I address the 12 leadership areas that we have found leaders need to be the most effective in, and then I throw in an extra essay there at the back end. From establishing a foundation of leading teams through managing conflict effectively, all the way through leading teams through change, knowing what to do and why to do it, I believe can help you become a better leader. This book wasn't written just over the course of the last 2 years, and this isn't another fly-by-night leadership development book, here today and gone in the wind in the next month. 12 Rules for Leaders represents a continuation of the work we've been doing here at HSCT Publishing with our leadership training and development products and services, from Leadership Toolbox to Leading Keys, and it also represents the distillation of lessons we've learned, absorbed, and transmitted to others from training and developing around 15,000 managers and supervisors over the course of the last 10 years. This is no slouch of a book, but it's written in an easy-to-understand and easy-to-read direct format with practical tips that you can implement today, no matter your leadership problem, your leadership situation, or your leadership circumstances. It's kind of like getting coaching from me directly without having to pay my full coaching rate. I fundamentally believe that this is the book right now, for right now, because leaders like you are positioned to do great work during the truly revolutionary times we are living in, well, right now. And sometimes you need a book as a guide to help you through the work. So head on over to leadershiptoolbox.us and scroll down the homepage. Click on the link and add your name to the pre-order list for 12 Rules for Leaders, the Foundation for Intentional Leadership. And look for the book in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle format on Amazon on April 30th, 2022. By the way, we'll be talking about the rules in 12 Rules for Leaders in our podcasts, both the long and the short, throughout the months of May and June, so you don't want to miss out on that. And well, that was 3 minutes. So that's it for me. Out. Hello, my name is Hassan Sorrells, and this is the Leadership Lessons from the Great Books podcast. Shorts. There's no co-host on Shorts. These are 6 to 8 minute observations, ideas, thoughts, or rants about the literature, philosophy, psychology, and the theology of leadership. Because listening to me talk about leadership for now 6 to 8 minutes is better than reading and trying to understand yet another business book. When leaders seek to root out the seed from which tyrannical behavior grows, they need to read and think beyond whatever is immediately on offer. The fact is, when leaders fail to act or behave in a manner that is willfully blind, they allow metaphorical snakes to appear in the gardens of their teams, their organizations, and their cultures. Great literature, in particular the great books, have much to offer to the attentive reader-leader about this epiphenomenon of blindness. And books warn leaders, if they are prepared to heed those books' warnings, and can help them attain skills to avoid blindness and to battle tyrannical snakes, or they can provide the language skills to root them out of a leader's experience. But leaders have to take the warnings seriously. Leaders have to be aware and insightful in their own time, and they must treat the tyrannical snakes in their gardens and the gardens of other environments with deadly seriousness. Jane Austen may not have used the terms snakes and gardens to describe familial tyranny. George Orwell may have written allegorically about farm animals as tyrants. Gabriel Garcia Marquez may have been writing about events happening in a mythical dream space where tyranny invades and the world comes in. Yet they all leverage language, allegory, and narrative creatively and intentionally to tell the truth to future readers and reader leaders about the necessity of eyes open leadership. If leaders in the ever-present now would just be brave enough to move past any dogmatic insistence on operating with merely a scientific worldview and become willing to open their minds to the presence of totalizing leadership truths wherever they may lie. Leaders don't have the luxury of willful blindness, particularly when other leaders, circumstances, or decisions at scale begin to push them inexorably towards seeing what they may have previously ignored. One important and trenchant note or point about the behavior and thinking of tyrants now. The tyrant wants leaders to be literate, but not well-read. Well-read, but not comprehending. Comprehending, but not having the courage to take action. Having the courage to take action and then taking the wrong action. Taking the wrong action and then becoming discouraged and taking no further action. The intentional tyrant hides and slithers through this Kafkaesque hierarchy, encouraging intelligence without wisdom, planning without action, and courage without consequence. Plus, there are two good ways to control leaders, if you're a tyrant, who might resist you if you've been captured by a tyrannical ideal. One, you can ignore hard, truthful ideas located in hard, truthful literature. Or two, ban, cancel, or remove from the public square all discussion of hard, truthful ideas that might have emanated from a book. In particular, old books. And when intentional tyrants are operating at a global scale, they rely on leaders in innocuous places, never reading or being able to employ language to identify them accurately, while they go about their planning and executing quite intentionally. They also rely on the power of the crabs in the bucket phenomenon, norming pressure to convince good leaders to keep right on believing that they have no power, no authority, and even if they did, they have no responsibility to do anything with it to overthrow the tyrant anyway. Great books and great writing can break the power of the norming pressure and begin the process of helping leaders become something greater even than the tyrants. Those reader leaders can become legends. It is time for the leaders of goodwill to read, write, and act, and make hay while the sun shines on both them and the slithering snakes in the Edenical garden. And that's it for me. Follow us on all the places that you follow us. Please subscribe to Leadership Lessons from the Great Books podcast. Please tell your friends. Please like and share. Please also check out the HSCT website for all products and solutions. Please check out the Leading Keys website for products and solutions, our remote training services, our books, our trainings that will help you become a better leader. And watch this space for more information about our upcoming book, 12 Rules for Leaders, a foundational guide to intentional leadership, coming in April 2022. Please also go to HassanSorrells.com for more blogs and more posts about how you can be a better leader, and check out all of our YouTube channels online. Thanks, and have a great rest of your leadership day. Out.